What's up, guys? Here we are in the semifinals between Snoxtar and SenegaloRuskov, and it looks like we're going to see the traditional Hex and Tickle fight here, or are we? No, we've seen Infestation go down, and these Gaunts, oh, the Gaunts managed, and then the Gaunts and the Fiends managed to kill that Hexen. That's a huge catch for Senegalo. And now he's going to be starting the health camp with 3 Fiends and 2 Gaunts. So, originally he was just going to be doing it with 2 Fiends and a Brute and a Hexen, but no, this is, he's so far ahead now. I would say you want to let that Hexen heal up a little bit, but man, so now the Fiend potential for Snoxtar is so greatly reduced. That's really painful. Yeah, he doesn't have a Hexen to come by and infest, so, and he does, and the skull does so much damage that you almost need it. And there's not the snowball effect as well. Like, the nice part about having the Hexen nearby is that as you kill off slimes, you get a bit of a snowball effect where every Fiend adds to your DPS, but will 1 Brute and 2 Gaunts be enough to take out a health camp? I guess we're about to find out. Alright. Brute pops. I'm surprised we didn't see an FG go down here. Yeah, it looks like it will be enough. Oh, man. So painful though, and in that time, it looks like Senegalo was also able to take that speed camp over here at the 3-ish o'clock position relative to the center. Going for the vision camp now, and yeah, man, Senegal is just so far ahead. He's got so much more resources. He's got so many more Fiends just from being out earlier, and he's got great like map control as well. He's really just starting to run away with this. Oh no. I'd be a little sad if the game ended here, but I would totally understand. Getting that Hexen so early was so good, and Senegalo's been doing a great job capitalizing on it too, making sure that his advantage isn't going to waste. He's just trucking through as many of the creep camps as possible. What? No, he's just pausing half the time. What is this? That's a single Fiend that doesn't quite make it all the way across. Ay. Alright, going for the health camp next, but. So how does Snoxtar respond to this? We see a Shroudstone going down. We're going to see the Ritual Chamber coming online here pretty soon. I'd be very surprised if the Ritual Chamber wasn't already done for Senegalo. Yeah, it looks like Plague X is more than halfway done. Yeah, it looks like he's going to have such a huge advantage in terms of research time for those Plague X's. And he grabbed another health camp, and he's grabbing another health camp. Man, this, yeah, he really is running away with it. But no, this Hexen still has energy. Skull the slimes. Highly unfortunate. Alright, so it looks like Senegalo's Plague X's is finished, and Snoxstars are about to finish. So it looks like that advantage for Senegalo is going to be disappearing here shortly. With regards to research anyway, but I'm very surprised to see that their supplies have stayed so similar. I wonder if that's just because Senegalo has been spending a lot more money on imps, or is it on the production here? There goes, yeah, Health Forge coming down as well. What is it? No, it looks like actually it looks like Snoxtar has more imps on his pocket third. Health Forge and Spire going down as well. Snoxtar also with the Magmadon out, so I think he knows he wants to be beefy for this. If he's going to endure, if he's got a turtle up, then you might as well have the units to tank it. Otherwise, yeah, you're not going to be able to glass cannon your way out of any offense here. It looks like it's still all tier 1 units from Senegalo. I haven't seen a single Hellborn or Magmadon yet. Still managing to run around and get a lot of good, getting the Luminite and the Therium camps at the same time is really good. Yeah, I think this is smart. It's early enough in the game where he's just getting more ahead. He doesn't have to worry as much about doing any offense, because there's nothing he can do that could crack, I think, an entrenched infernal position right now, and whether or not he knows it, it's just more of a, hey, I've got the opportunity to get way more ahead. Gonna send a skull on forward here, and it's going to get popped. Oh no, it turns it, the Shroudstone turned into a Wraithstone. couple of fiends coming over here to be annoying, and oh, it's a Harbinger here from Snoxtar. But it's gonna be dropping right next to a bunch of Magmadons. Nah, that's not it. So it's gonna go to the pocket instead. Oh, a couple of Shadow Flyers. One connection. Alright, another one just dies outright. Superstone goes down. It's gonna shoo away this Harbinger. I love seeing that, by the way. The fact that the Harbinger can teleport away, and as it's teleporting, like as it's casting, it can still load up units. It's very cool to see. These two fiends have been annoying enough that they're able to get their shrine down to about half health. But now Snoxtar's actually getting out on the map. It's like, you know what? I've spooked you a little bit. I think you won't be as bold to come out on the map some more. But here's Senegalo with like a lot of gaunts. A lot of gaunts. There's a mag. There's a Hellborn. There's another Hellborn. You know, I kind of like it actually. Yeah, Senegalo's army is actually pretty big. I think a lot of it's hidden behind the icon of that division camp in the center there. All right, this is quite a few Hellborn. Not nearly as many gaunts. And I think that'll end up hurting him actually, because unless you can get a really good connection with the Magmadon into the Gaunt Ball, the Gaunts they're not gonna go down as quickly as you might think with all these Hellborn. The Hellborn just don't do that bonus to light. So it's like, look at how many shots are gonna get lobbed into these lightly armored slimes. All right, now that's a pretty dangerous looking army. Senegal is just going for the vision camp. Nothing too crazy. Gets it. Sees the army's on its way. Tries to hang back on his own shroud. Oh man. Nice Nightfall Infestation. Grabs that one. Oh no, does he already have Molten Touch? He does. Oh my goodness. Snoxtar, you are going to be able to do all kinds of crazy damage to the Gaunts with these Hellborn. Ooh, Lord, look at all that. Look at all that extra fire damage that they're all taking. And now it's up to Senegalo to flank around and try to find a good angle against all these these Hellborn, but it's just simply not going to happen. A Superstone's going to drop down and try and shoo away some of the Hellborn, but they do bonus to structures as well, so they're going to be able to melt it down as quickly as they feel like it. And it looks like Snoxtar's mass Hellborn strategy is actually starting to pay off for him. These Shadow Flyers not able to do much, and Senegalo reinforcing with Hellborn of his own. He needs to evacuate all of his imps, though. His imps are going to be taking massive damage. But he has no more. He has a very limited amount of gaunts left to start producing more fiends. And it looks like Snoxtar, even though he lost his Hex in the very beginning and lost like just about every single one of his every single one of the creep camps on the map, is managing to make a comeback. Yeah, this Magmadon stomping on forward, soaking up the fire from the Hellborn, getting up onto the high ground, getting good vision, gets back on the Shroud to start oh no, and there's the GG from Senegalo. Ay. What a fantastic start, only to have Snoxtar come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. GG's, guys. On to game number 2. Alright, guys, game 2 here between Snoxtar and Senegalo on Titan's Causeway. Not the day and night version. Day and night. These infernals patrol back and forth. I lose my mind. My Charmander. Alright, Imp gets a couple of attacks off, and it looks like Snoxtar got a pretty good scout, seeing that there's going to be a Conclave and an Iron Vault coming out for Senegalo to start with. But is that going to be enough to actually punish? I don't think it will be. And we see Senegalo coming out with a third pretty quickly as well. What's the response to this? I know the Conclave's coming out a little bit later, but it seems like Senegalo is getting the eco lead again. Or maybe he will once he can actually start throwing imps into the at the Luminite Rock, but it's not happening just yet. All right, pretty stock standard textbook. Let's grab the health camp. Uh-oh. Wait, what happened to that skull? Where did that skull go? They like get sucked back up into the staff. Like, oh no, it's cold out here. I want back in. I don't understand what I just saw. Is he gonna go immediately for the vision camp? Maybe after that. Yeah, this brute needs to get there first. And that other brute needs to heal up quite a bit. Should be nice. No worries. As they used to say around these parts. We don't hear that anymore all that much these days. But a couple of brutes are gonna be able to tank these attacks from the Shadow Demons, and yeah, looks like the vision camp is not going to get taken. Meanwhile, back over on Senegalo's side of the map, do we see any upgrade structures coming online? No, we don't. Just another vault going down here at the natural. Oh no, Snoxtar gonna catch this Hexen again? No, he thought about it, but you know, I think he might have been able to do it. Yeah, but Senegalo knows, like, okay, fine, I get it. You have small units, they'll run through the Light Force Station, come back and harass my third. Shoot. Go on, get. Yeah. Third for Snoxtar's finally finishing up. And not that Senegalo's was giving him much of a advantage there to begin with. He's only got one imp mining on his third at the moment. Now, is Snoxtar going to be able to do the same thing? Let's see. But first off, Senegalo's going to be taking this Luminite camp in the center. He's going to take the Luminite camp in the center. There we go. And these little onesie-twosie battles that are happening right here outside of the speed camp are really interesting because they're just shaving fiends off of each other. I don't think they're actually getting a whole lot of actual damage done. Senegalo's fiends do manage to spot Snoxtar's armies coming up the east side. And these everything passes everything. It's like, alright, well, I guess we'll see each other over on the west side of the map at the 9 o'clock. Another meat farm goes down. And this quick little fiend is going to come by. Oh no, but it's... Yeah, everything basically gets seen here by that vision camp before it gets taken by the fiend. A cheeky little imp coming up here to be a sneaky beaky boy. I like it. I like it. I like it. It's a little bit off center. So not perfect efficiency there, but I guess it can be forgiven. Alright, some of the fiends coming on by to capture the health camp. Harry the Fellhog getting healed up as he's attacking these fiends, but besides his leash is not long enough to chase them all the way, so it's just going to be these Magmadons and Hellborn that finish off the rest of those fiends. Yeah. Looks like the builds are getting a little bit mirrored up here, but it's all good. No worries. Superstone going down, targeting down these Magmadons, and it looks like, oh yeah, Snoxtar trying to go for the double Therium patches here, but this Shrine and the Superstone are both going to get knocked down. I think Senegalo, realizing that he hasn't seen where Snoxtar is I think he gets the heebie-jeebies. He's like, you know what, I don't want to get jumped on, I don't want to get flanked and then have nowhere to run to, so he decides to just leave. But I think he's got, I mean, with the Hellborn there, I think he might actually be able to win this fight. Snoxtar activates his stomps maybe a little bit early, but Senegalo's Nightfall Infestation is much better. Snoxtar not wanting to give up this Therium camp is going to move forward, but yeah, two Hellborn worth of anti-heavy is really good. Oh, and a beautiful lash there from the Weaver. This Hellborn's going to get focused down by all the Gaunts, gets turned into a Fiend. Now we're not seeing as much indirect fire, but we're still seeing quite a bit. These Hellborn in the back line for Senegalo are doing work. They're going to be able to focus down these Magmadons. They should be able to, but they need to get back into the very back line. Oh man, yeah, the Weaver's just doing such good work here. It's managing to keep these Hellborn from escaping. It's the second one that it's been able to harpoon and then get all the way back and killed off by the Gaunts. And I think there's simply enough Gaunts here that it can, you know, Snoxtar can come forward once the Superstone is done being super and possibly just win. Oh, using his Hellborn to knock down the trees to get easier access to the natural is really cool. I like seeing that. Felhog trying to... He's doing his best against this Weaver, but it's not going to be all that effective. Nice Nightfall drops on the Imps. But no, I think he realizes there's just not enough... there's not enough here. And the health camp resets, so it's not like he can take a fight, come back to the health camp, and regen, and continue to do that over and over again. Meanwhile, Snoxtar's mining at the... He's not mining, but he's starting to get set up over here at the Ninja of his own. But, yeah, Senegalo, again, being absolutely on point with his eco. He's got 11 out of 12 workers mining on his Ninja. There's another health camp going down. Looks like Snoxtar wants to do a little bit of cheeky gaunt drop action there. Let's see if it works. The Weaver's not on Shroud. No, he's gonna get taken out. Weaver, no, you're taking a lot of damage. No, man, losing one Weaver to a camp would be quite unfortunate. All right, where did he teleport back to? This one, I guess. Yeah, still full of gaunts. Still full health. So not bad, not bad. All these Hellborn marching at the front line as, you know, because they went to the school of Game of Thrones artillery. Put all your artillery outside of the walls, the very front. The Fiends of Senegalo are going to be taking out an expansion for Snoxtar. Snoxtar is going to immediately start it back up again because he knows he can chase back the Senegalo's Fiends. The Fiends aren't all that scary, and man, Snoxtar's throwing down all kinds of farms. Farm, Shroudstone, farm. Very cool all around. So even though Senegalo got the jump on having the shrines up first, it looks like Snoxtar is starting to pull ahead with his supply. I don't know how you I don't know how one does that exactly, but it's very cool to watch. Snoxtar getting the Luminite camp now, and here comes the Harbinger. Where is he off to? I really enjoy the noises the Harbinger makes too when you give him commands. It's very, very creepy. And the March of the Hellborns is on its way over to Senegalo's natural. Oh no, this is way too many. This is way too many Hellborn. This is way too many Hellborn that are getting clogged up behind Hellborn. Oh, just move them. Move command. Do a little bit of a move command. Ay, ay, ay. Is this researching anything? It is. It's getting the Magmadon legs. Oh no, you like look at this. Look at how many of them are dancing. They're just dancing. And I know that, oh, there's the GG from Senegalo. I think he just realizes there's too much on his doorstep. Yeah, and he was losing that fight. And he wasn't like it wasn't like there were all the Hellborns engaged anyway. All right, Snoxtar goes up 2-0. GG's, guys. All right, guys, here we are in game number 3 between Snoxtar and Senegalo. Snoxtar, it's going to be match point for him. If he wins this, he's moving on to the grand finals. And it looks like Senegalo's Hexen's going to get out and scout first. But Snoxtar definitely knows where Senegalo is. The difference is that Senegalo still has a slight advantage in that he has seen Snoxtar's base, and Snoxtar, even though he knows which corner of the map Senegalo is on, he doesn't know exactly what's been put down yet. But I think he can make a pretty good guess. Senegalo does like his Conclave Iron Vault opener, just opening both of them at once, and then going for his natural, or maybe it's natural first and then the 2 production structures. I honestly don't remember, but oh, I like this actually. So Furious Resolve is one of my favorite maps to cast. It's one of the trickier maps to play against, I think, but I find this choke at each of the corners very interesting, just because it's impassable terrain, and you can, like, the more SimCity that you can set up here to act as stumbling blocks for the Magmadons, the less scary those Magmadons are for getting in. Because usually it's, you know, you'll see like a wall of Magmadons, and they'll all stomp forward, and they'll get right in here, and they'll start like attacking your base and stuff. But before I finish that thought, we do have the first skirmish going down. Snoxtar and Senegalo. Looks like Snoxtar lands a skull on this Hexen. Launches another one. Oh. Aw. Skull gets picked off. Sad face. Another skull. Ooh, lordy. Oh no, is Senegal's Fiend's gonna be able to catch? No, it's gonna be the Battle of the Lings all over again. A couple of Fiends coming on forward. One Fiend still alive for Snoxtar here. Alright, both brutes do pop. Skull landing on one of Snoxtar's gaunts. We'll see if that has much of an impact, but this meat farm certainly will, or it could have. The Felhog soaking up shots and messing with the attack timing of stuff. Oh, nice catch on the gaunt. But Senegal's he's got reinforcements plenty. He's got the brutes, he's got the gaunts. He can stick around and fight for a little while if he really wants to. This seems like a lot of gaunts. This seems like a lot of gaunts out of Snoxtar. Does he have his ritual chamber up? No, not yet. Ritual chamber with plague axes to defend would be really good. It just turns into, all right, fine, feed me. You know, we're just gonna make more fiends for me. It seems like that's not what's happening here. I love this these proxy vaults, but that poor brute. Oh, the poor brute's stuck in the trees. He's in timeout. Oh, but I think Senegalo wants to get this health camp because it's still level 1, and if he can wedge himself in that health camp, he'll be in a really good position. But everything is just so injured from Senegalo here. Yeah, okay, only catches one brute. That's fine. Pushing back Snoxtar with the gaunts. They're pretty good at dealing the damage, but they're so squishy that if they don't micro just right, they're gonna get caught by those brutes and start taking a ton of damage. Snoxtar does have a Magmadon out though, and that's gonna be enough to chase back Senegalo. And yeah, he's gonna have to walk all the way back to, well, maybe not all the way back home, but oh no, was that on purpose? Yeah, what is right? Maybe he's going for a run by in the natural. That's got to be it, right? Wait, did he scout? How did he scout this? How did he know this was there? I don't know. Maybe he had a fiend down there or something. Yeah. Now it's Snoxtar's turn to turn around and be like, no, I can't believe that I lost a shrine to fiends. Yeah. But the Magmadon actually shines against fiends. It's ooh, buddy, no, you can get both. You can get both. Really smart. I love seeing that. Snoxtar knows that the less surface area that he can present to these fiends, the more survivable his units are. So he wedged those two gaunts right in between the water and the cliffs there, so that way the fiends couldn't get a full surround, and then starts just picking them off. Another shrine denied by Senegalo. That's the second time a shrine has been denied by Senegalo before it could get finished building, but good reaction from Snoxtar. Just cancels it instead of letting Senegalo peck it to death. Well, looks like Snoxtar found the hidden shrine, or the hidden vault. Oh no, one slow little Magmadon's gonna try and be scary moving on forward here, but I know these gaunts, these aren't speedy gaunts yet, so they would still have a little bit of trouble. Not trouble necessarily, but they wouldn't be as comfortable with a Magmadon bearing down on them. Oh no, it looks like Snoxtar just went round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Is he going to be able to take down this vault? I think he will, but he wants his Magmadons around the back first too. So his Magmadons can start doing sneaky things. Oh no, you activated too soon! No, and now these Magmadons are going to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere! No, Senegalo! Yeah, these Magmadons taking so much damage. There's really no such thing as a front lines right now. They are starting to clash on one another, but it looks like Snoxtar is getting surrounded. Senegalo stomping on forward, getting a huge Nightfall Infestation off. And his, yeah, it looks like his Magmadons are barely getting tickled by these Gaunts. Snoxtar's own, his own Magmadon goes down back here. But a lot of this army is pretty injured. Yeah, and I don't think he's got... No, you know, he does. Senegalo's definitely got enough, money for another Nightfall. Oh, it might be on cooldown, though. Man, the utility of this really nearby Iron Vault can't be overstated. But I almost would have preferred a Hellborn just to keep on doing damage to. Oh, is he gonna get the stomps? Not quite. Isn't able to finish it off and finish off the catch. Finally, this vault's gonna go down. Now the Gaunts have basically free access into the natural here. Oh, and they did see the... Oh! Nice catch on these, on so many Gaunts. They're going to try to surround these Hellborn. Are they going to be able to do anything about it? We'll see. Imps turn to fight. They're going to start taking things out, but they too get infested with Nightfall Infestation. Yeah, and I think these Gaunts, once these Gaunts start, yeah, snowballing the Imps into Fiends, that's almost, you know, that's almost just game over right there. Senegalo getting you know, presenting plenty of threat with his Magmadons, but not able to get good stomps off. And there's the GG. Snoxtar sweeps the series 3-0 in this best of 5, and he's going to move on to the grand finals.